It's that time again. Time to react to some Dokkan community tier lists. This is my favorite type of video to make, and I have very much been looking forward to making this video. I've just been waiting for people to make their lists, and now that I've accumulated some lists, I've come across some lists, I can make the video. So right off the bat, we've got a list from the boy Bolt, and on his list, the number one unit here, I definitely agree with, which is the GT Duo. I think they are easily number one. I think they are comfortably number one. I don't think you can make an argument for any other unit. Piccolo, you could say, is close, but I personally would say the GT Duo are better. So far I agree with the list. Piccolo being number two, honestly, I've got to agree with that. Vegito and Gogeta, I think both of them are definitely worthy of being here. But personally, I think both of them are very close, but I would slightly separate them. I would put Vegito number 3 and then Gogeta number 4. Like something like that. But the point that I'm making is that I do think that Vegito is slightly better than Gogeta. Enough to a point where I think they should be slightly separated. Having the Buu Saga Duo right after them, I have no issue with that. But if you say to me that Goku is better, that Trunks and Vegeta are better, I'm not going to argue with you too much. But, to be fair, the Buu Saga Duo do deserve more respect than they get, so I won't criticize this too much. Goku being really high on this list, I have no issue with. Defensively, he basically does everything. The man has got a 60% chance to dodge 6 orbs and he guards an additional super, stacks defense. If you go full additional on this guy and you get 6 orbs consistently, you will somewhat regularly see him do triple supers if you go full additional. And if you do that, his defense will build up extremely fast. With the guard and everything that he does, the leader skill is one of the best in the game. He's got one of the best link sets in the entire game. He's on the most 200% leader skills, and beyond that, he's on a lot of teams in general. This unit is such a phenomenal unit, and I have no issue with him being that high. With AGL Goku here, the Carnival LR, I personally would have LR Trunks and Vegeta above them, but then I would take it a step further and bring Tech Carnival Goku up here as well. So put Trunks and Vegeta at number 6, bring Tech Carnival Goku to number 7. I think Birdku, Tech Carnival Goku, whatever you want to call this unit, is heavily underrated as time has gone on. Bro, he is 100% better than Cooler. He is better than Gohan, I'm sorry to say. He is just on that level. At the very least, he's on par with AGL Goku. Easily on par, in my opinion. The revive is extremely powerful. The defense stacking, the guarding, everything that he does, he's just really powerful. And his link set, he's got one of the best link sets in the entire game. He's on a lot of teams. So he should not only be out of the honorable mentions, he should be somewhere around here. Around Trunks and Vegeta and AGL Goku. I would say Trunks and Vegeta is the best out of the 3. Because with Trunks and Vegeta, they have by far the best leader skill out of the 3. And not only that, personally, I think LR Trunks and Vegeta still have the best leader skill in the entire game. Although, to be fair, this guy is quite close. So I will say that. And to be fair, the best leader skill is either this guy or LR Trunks and Vegeta. And me personally, I'm probably going to give it to LR Trunks and Vegeta. Although as time goes on, I could change my mind. LR Gohan, the only issue I have with LR Gohan being there is that I would put Birdku above him. Other than that, LR Gohan definitely is worthy of being really high. I would definitely have him above Cooler. Cooler, I personally would not have Cooler top 10. The reason Cooler would be taken off the list is because Birdku would be put on the list, Kid Goku would be taken off, and then these two would be separated. And then that means Cooler would have to be taken off the top 10. But he is definitely right at the top. Cooler is right at the top of the honorable mentions. So the list has some good stuff. The top 4 I roughly agree with. Well, the top 3 technically, because you have both of these tied. And him being that high as well, I agree with that. God Goku being there. To be fair, the list isn't awful. but there's a few things that I disagree with. In fact, overall, I would say the list is awful because you are just disrespecting my boy Birdku. Birdku is definitely one of the better units in the game. Definitely close. I wouldn't say he's top 5, but he's very close to top 5. Next, we've got this list, and this list I strongly disagree with some things. Number 1, take Gohan 1 down, right off the bat. Cooler, take him at least 1 down, if not 2 down. And then... Wait, okay, fair enough. I was gonna say, why are these so low? But you're saying that these are JP only? Okay, I'll let you off with that then. One thing that I definitely disagree with is that Chaditz should be above Piccolo. He should have a tier of his own called Chaditz, and then Chaditz is in that tier on his own, even at 55%. And then... So you're saying that you don't have these units, fair enough. I'm guessing if you did have these units, I would easily say that you would have Gamma 2 in Z tier, on par with Gamma 1. For the most part, I don't see too many... Actually, wait. Okay, jokes aside, Chaditz should be taken down. And Vegeta should be... What? Bardock? What? Bardock below Raditz? If it's for the meme, then Raditz should be way higher. But clearly, you're not memeing. My boy, Bardock is C tier. What are you smoking? Greg Dorr, what have you been smoking? Because get me some of that. I need that. Bardock is all the way down here. I'm not even that big on Bardock. But Bardock is not C tier. He is easily A tier. At least A tier. This is just disrespectful. This is extremely disrespectful. Okay, we're going to move on from that. Okay, so this one is a TUR list. So let's take a look. Right off the bat, got Goku number 1. Gamma 2 number 2 is flat out wrong. Number 1, Gamma 1 is 100% better. And then Kid Goku, I would argue, is also better. Yamcha, I have no issue with that. Piccolo, that's an interesting one. I've got no real issue with that. Bardock, okay. I do respect someone that respects Bardock. Bardock is not top 5, but he's not far off. Vegeta, I need to see more, but from what I've seen so far, he does seem quite decent. Although, I think he would have been so much better if he had one of two things. Number 1, either let him raise defense on Super, or number 2, let him support the whole rotation permanently. One of those two things, and he would be so much better. As a matter of fact, even if he supported a particular category, that would have been more than good enough. For example, Pure Saiyans or something like that. And then Pan, I think there are a few other units that are probably better than Pan, but what the hell are Tech Janemba and Pycon doing here? My boys, these guys, I would say, are not even top 15. Like, they might be close to top 15, but they are not top 15. Tech Ultimate Gohan is even better than them. Get them off the list. This is just stupidity. Next, we've got this. Again, got Goku number 1. I definitely agree. Gamma 1 and Kid Goku, I think, could go in any order. Gamma 2 next is definitely something that I agree with. Super 17, honestly, when it comes to Yamcha and Super 17, I'm not entirely sure, so I let them go in any order. And then Bardock being after them, I certainly agree with that. I think both of them are probably better than Bardock, although I'm not sure, because Bardock is decent, especially because a lot of the content is shorter right now. And then the Tech Androids, I think they probably shouldn't be on the list. I think Majin Vegeta is better than them in my opinion. Actually, to be fair, I think the Tech Androids should be here, but probably at number 10. Pan being there is something that I don't like Pan, but Pan is definitely a top 10 contender out of all the TURs. And then we've got another list. Got Goku, Gamma 1. Actually, is that the exact same list? No, these are different people. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so got Goku, Gamma 1, Kid Goku, Gamma 2. So it's the top 4 are the exact same on this list. Yamcha at number 5. I think Super 17 might be able to be moved up a little bit. Although, to be fair, Majin Vegeta, like, he definitely is in that conversation around where Yamcha is, Bardock, Super 17. He's around that level. Honestly, with these 4, I could see them in any order. Tech Gohan being there, I'm not going to say no just because I'm a Tech Gohan fanboy. I'm not going to say too much about that except for the fact that I've seen enough. Tech Ultimate Gohan is better. And then Tech Androids being at number 10 is something that I'm completely fine with. Let's take a look at one more list and we'll call it a day. Okay, so this is a full tier list then. Okay, so in tier 1, we've got the Buu Saga duo, the GT duo, and Piccolo. Actually, I'm gonna come out and say that I definitely disagree with that. I think the Buu Saga duo is not in the same tier as the GT duo. I think they're not that far off, but they are definitely in a tier below. I will start by saying that. Piccolo being in the same tier, I don't have an issue with that. A lot of Trunks and Vegeta being on number 2, again, I don't have a big issue with that. Gogeta and Vegito being, if we're talking tiers, then they are definitely in the same tier. I'll give you that. And then this Goku, whereas Birdku is all the way down here. My boys, Birdku, in my opinion, cannot be separated from AGL Goku. They are on the same level. I don't care what anyone says. Bring Birdku up to number 4. Godku being in tier, well, number 5, I'll definitely take that. Cooler, I would say Gohan's better than him. Yeah, actually, yeah, I would say Gohan's better than Cooler. Kid Gohan being pretty high is something that I'm fine with, because he does give damage reduction to the whole rotation after he attacks. And then Kid Goku is definitely worthy to be a top 10 contender, although I do think both of these units are better than Kid Gohan, are better than Kid Goku, are better than Cooler, and then both of these units are in contention to be somewhere around 4, 5, and 6. So yes, that was all the lists that we were going to go through. Out of all of them, there were some decent lists, but there were some trash takes along with them. Let's do a quick subscriber challenge. If you have this God Goku, if you did some summons and you pulled this guy, then you have to subscribe, because that is the challenge. With that said, if you enjoyed the video, then do subscribe, especially if you failed the challenge, because that is the challenge. Also, do leave a like and comment, because those things do help out. With that said, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.